I lost my glasses in Vegas.
I'm so sick of hearing about Vegas and these goddamn sunglasses.
What are we doing? It's fucking...
My Uber driver.
Who goes to Vegas and the main thing they're worried about when they come home is they lost their glasses?
You know, there's some horror goons. I know the Vinci. Your boy ATX and Space Bike.
Slow key as me.
I'm trying to figure shit out. This changed my life forever.
It's the witching hour.
Hey, welcome to Guts Podcast. This is Ain't No Division.
Space Bikey.
Low key as me.
This is Guts Podcast
on the Dread Central Network.
What's up, everybody?
I lost my glasses in Vegas.
I'm so sick of hearing about Vegas and these goddamn sunglasses.
What are we doing? It's fucking...
My Uber driver.
Who goes to Vegas and the main thing they're worried about when they come home is they lost their glasses?
The Lyft driver took them.
It's the witching hour.
It is. It's late as
Yes, it
fuck.
is.
It's time for guts.
Everybody was sleeping. Everybody just woke up.
We had just got back from Vegas. Had a dope time at the Days of the Dead convention.
That shit was badass, man.
Had a rad interview today. Shout out to Darren and Josh, the director and writer of Saw Spiral. So stay tuned at the end of this episode for that interview.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about Spiral.
What a fucking killer movie. Yeah.
I like the fact that we got treated like superstars, man.
I mean,
Vegas was dope, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nick Benson.
Yeah.
Who
85 Grave.
85 Grave.
Hellbound.
Hellbound what is it? Hellbound LLC. HAC.
Yeah.
And fucking Bill Moseley.
That's fucking wild. Got the Bill Moseley.
Matthews.
Not many people get the Bill Moseley drop.
Hey,
man. I know, bro.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah, we had a great time out there. It was dope.
So, what would you say that the highlights of Vegas? I mean, would really kill?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man, because
hookers.
I'm a big fan of Return of the Living Dead, man. Tom Matthews, the big shout out, the drop, signing of the picture. That was like huge for me, man.
That's fucking cool.
I've been watching them like growing up, so to see Freddie, and then he said Brains, it's like, man, it's just.
That Tom Matthews drop was nuts.
That was badass.
I mean, Chop Top was dope as fuck.
Yeah, all that. And man, it's a cool. I don't want to forget nobody, but the guy that was around from 85 Grade, I keep forgetting.
Bobby Blood, man.
No, not Bobby Blood. I'm talking about around the corner. His son does the mask.
Leroy Higgins.
No,
yeah,
not Leroy Higgins.
It's like Relentless Studios.
Shantae McKnight.
I forgot. Well, we're gonna definitely tag them in this because I'm just losing train of thought. But his son is badass. He's like 13 years old.
Monster Resurrection?
Yeah, Monster Resurrection, man. I'm tripping. Why I couldn't think of that.
Jamaica
he does
Broussard.
Badass masks, and his kid does like dope ass candles that smell like cereal, man.
Really?
Yeah.
How old's this kid?
Yeah, like 13 or something.
Dude, he makes these mad. He's like a little young Tom Savini, man.
He's a prodigy, man.
Yeah, he was cool. They were cool as fuck. Everyone was chill.
We
had a great time.
So was it like a thing where like the whole area was horror goons everywhere? Like you went out to dinner and you seen horror goons everywhere?
Not like, Vegas so big, man. Once you leave out that the convention center, it's like you can't just get lost into the.
I can't stand that fucking place.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's in the plaza too. So
yeah, we was on the hood side of Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I used to live about 3 hours from Vegas, and we would drive down. And one time we went there, came back 2 days later, and I grew my foreskin back.
Oh my God! You met that hooker LaWanda, huh? LaWanda.
Put 60 on that hooker called Chrysanthemum.
LaWanda. You met LaWanda at the Golden Gate, I see.
Yep.
She's a real fine little looker.
They call the strip club the foreskin front line.
Yeah, we were wilding out there, man.
Yeah, they had fun, man. It's
yeah. It was dope.
Oh, and check out Evil Knievel's Pizza, man, in free. Man, that shit was good.
Really?
Man, yes.
Yeah, we met this they had like this cool statue of Evil Knievel, like with a backdrop. You could take a picture, but there was a family eating like right in front of it. So we were like, "Hey, will y'all be our new family?" And we took pictures, acting like they were our family.
We took pictures with them, and we went to go get like some ice cream or something. And they were there too, and it was like a family gathering once again, man.
Whoa.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
And I learned something new. I'm never eating a waffle cone again unless it's made with a real waffle. I learned that shit.
Oh, yeah. He was talking about that shit a while ago. But, I mean, we could... So, y'all told me about the waffle cone, and I understand it was great. But you broke my heart, and you don't realize how foolish you're being. To get fucking chocolate. Who
Chocolate
eats
ice
hot...
cream is the shit,
That
dog.
is fucking...
So then we took the mother and father and we put them on their knees and we told the father, you cup these. And when it busts, say, thanks for the lovely tea party.
You know what?
Cream filling.
I wouldn't expect anything less from somebody that actually purposely orders chocolate ice cream.
Hey, man.
Let's not talk about chocolate ice cream.
That shit was
horrible.
called. That shit
Get
was
out
one of
my
the.
face.
It's the dumbest shit ever.
Don't worry about chocolate
And
ice
another
cream.
thing I like to say, thanks to Vegas, I like to say, Buffalo. Hey, if you played that machine, you know what the hell I'm talking about.
We had a rad time, a lot of fun.
It's dope.
You know, meeting connections, doing our thing.
Oh, we met girl too from Friday.
Dude, so check this out,
Yes,
man.
Spit it out.
So we go into Nick Benson's spot, Stenologia.
Yes.
We walk in, guess who's in there? Like just chilling. Fucking Lisa Wilcox.
That's wild.
She just
That's
posted
fucking
up
crazy.
like, hey, what's up, guys?
Yo, we met her, so she will be coming on the show.
Yes, definitely. Man, she made these
Look forward to
badass.
that Alice from Dream Master.
She made these badass Freddy Nunchuck type deals.
Yeah.
We forgot to get some for us, like a magnet type, but she sell all this stuff. I guess she sell it online, so if you go check on her in her bio, Lisa Wilcox.
It was dope, man.
Yeah, it was dope, man. It was so much fun, man.
And while we were out there, we got an email from Lionsgate Entertainment.
Ow!
Talking about here's the new Spiral movie.
Check it out.
Now y'all got my attention.
Do y'all want to interview Darren and Josh, the writer and director?
Man, that blew my mind. At first, we was like, man, this not real. You know, it's like, this not real, man.
Dude, I know.
And then Space Bike was like, no, man, look at the top. It says Lionsgate. I'm like, oh,
Dude,
shit.
that is, yeah, bro. So we got to watch Spiral for free. How dope is that,
man? That's super dope.
Man,
that was like the icing to my waffle cone.
Jesus Christ.
that is the main reason. Like that was like my goal for us to get to watch movies for free. Yeah, and
man.
Remember how wired up we were when we found out like Chris Rock was going to be in a Saw movie with Samuel L. Jackson.
We couldn't even believe. We thought it was like we thought it like low key said. He thought it was gonna be like a comedy or something.
And we were so wired up about it. We were gonna, and then the fact that they reached out to us.
Yes, man.
I'm so
That's
grateful.
the cool thing is.
That.
So we're honored. Thank you, Horror Goons, for making this happen for us.
Man,
and thank
really
you to the guys at Spiral. I mean, super cool, down to earth.
Super cool, man.
Oh yeah.
They were just super stoked that real horror heads dug their movie.
Yeah.
You could tell they were shooting for they wanted to get the approval, and they wanted to make a horror movie for horror heads.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And I think they did it, man. The movie's
I like the
fucking
fact
awesome.
that we had to they had to tell us. Well, we got a text that said wrap it up because it looked like we was about to go for a minute, man. We was talking. Darren started taking off his jacket. I'm like, oh yeah, that means that's a sign of him getting comfortable with these guys.
I start taking off my pants.
Yeah, Kent's low key started.
Yeah,
taking
they didn't
off
know
his
that we were
pants.
naked the whole time. We were playing swords under the table.
Pissing.
Gave him the old top down, naked from the top down.
The left sack a little bit longer than the right.
You don't know, under here I'm wearing nothing but a sock, and it ain't on my foot. But it's
My left nut that's a little longer than the right. I keep that one a little extra longer in the nut hair division.
and it's braid. We braid it. We braid our pubes.
It evens it out.
Jesus Christ. Not me. These hoes is smooth as eggs.
Oh man, this is so hilarious. But yeah, man, we had a great time. Great interview, man. Good time talking to you.
And great movie. I mean,
yeah,
Spiral was dope, man.
Spiral was badass.
I love the Saw universe though, man.
Yeah.
And
Saw is like my shit.
they had some big shoes to fill, because we was talking about a
It was
couple.
the 9th movie.
Yeah.
And what we were talking about the other day,
Put some respect on
that
Saw.
we talk about Jason, and we talk about Freddy, and we talk about
Scream.
all that shit, fucking Pinhead, but really, Jigsaw is overlooked when it comes to like horror characters and main, men in the genre. That he's kind of looked over.
He gets a little love, but he it's not, it's kind of like that thing that people like shit from the past.
Yeah.
Better than they like shit from the present. But you got to put some respect on Saw, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Like the first one, you know, like you got to people
that
forget
first one was
James
like, what
Wan
is this,
did
man?
that. The first one, man.
Yeah.
Started another franchise. James Wan again. He is like.
Which franchises did he start before that?
Well, I think that was the one I don't know what he started before that, but he did Dead Silence. He did The Conjuring.
Nice.
Oh.
Dude, he's on it. He did a bunch of Marvel movies and shit, like Aquaman and all that shit.
He did The Conjuring
but
1?
He teams up with the first Saw movie. He is the writer of God, I forget Lee Winnell, who just got the Fangoria Award for Invisible Man. He wrote Invisible Man and produced and directed Invisible Man.
That's
the
dope.
new one. So Lee Winnell's done. He's been working with James Wan for a grip, and he was actually a producer on Spiral too.
Man.
So Lee Winnell from Australia.
That's great work, man.
Dude, he's on like our age, and he's like, I think, unless
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, he might be older, but who knows?
That's a great body of work.
But he's
man.
like, dude, he's behind some of the dopest. He's a writer.
That's
like, behind some
look
of the
at
dopest.
like Saw brought that real life like gore, like man.
So Saw started it off, and then you know Darren started directing it from part 2.
Part 2.
And he took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Because 2 is lit, dude.
Yeah,
well, I think
he did 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
And 2, 3, and 4 are dope as fuck.
Well, I think it takes a different kind of brain to start a movie and like kind of premiere an idea of a movie, and it takes a different type of brain to take that movie into a sequel situation. It's like a whole different type of storytelling, you know?
Because it's like we was talking about earlier, like how do you come up with, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna play this game with you, we're gonna do this kill, which is like to have that mind rambling. I guess it's like, okay, this gonna be 2. We already kind of sort of ready for 3. Here's 4, but it's like to keep people entertained to where it's a big factor now. It's like, man, people are dressed up as Jigsaw. People are coming in the full fresh costumes. You got people on tricycles. It's like, shit. He really like grabbed that era of horror and just ran with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, a couple people try to like Hostel kind of like try to bring that vibe in it, but that didn't.
They tried too hard. Hostel tried too hard.
And they got like kind of like, that's.
I think Hostel was dope.
Yeah, it was dope, but it was like Saw kind of just like surpassed it. So
yeah,
I mean,
Hostel, the first one was dope, and I think the second one was kind of.
The second was kind of, it was cool, but it was just like,
it was too much. You saw what they were doing.
Yeah,
they just wanted to find a bunch of different ways to do murder porn.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion,
what's wrong with that?
As far as the Saw universe, I think Spiral is my favorite in the Saw universe. Spiral and then Saw 2.
Oh yeah, you picked the ones, huh?
Motherfucker, you were asleep watching.
I see what you did there.
I was asleep.
Kentrell was passed out.
I don't want to hear shit.
I watched it 5 times.
He picked 2 in Spiral. He just picked
I watched it 5 times.
Because Chris Rock liked part 2, so that's his favorite now. I got you. I see what you did there.
Look, man, me and Chris go back a long way. What could I say? You know, of course we're gonna be alike. We grew up together. You know, I helped him through a lot of things.
Chris Rock definitely put his spin.
Yeah.
On Spiral though,
definitely,
which was dope, dog.
And it was a good spin. It could have been a bad spin.
But like when we first heard about it, it's like, yo, wait, who's in it? Chris Rock?
Yeah, it's kind of like
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
And then it's like the soundtrack is 21 Savage, bro. It's like, what? Like that's what our dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a movie like
this movie reads us.
Yeah, it's like, bro, this is shit for us, man. Like, you know, so it pushes all of our buttons.
It's the only good thing 21 Savage has ever done.
Man, we fuck with
I fuck with 21 Savage. 21.
It's terrible.
Man, ain't gonna lie, but the fact it started off, boom, 4th of July, bam, in the sewer.
Yeah.
Straight to the goal.
Straight to it.
Straight to the games. And it's cool when we talk to them about the games, how they come up with them. Yeah. It's like a whole process.
Yeah, it's like so many people have input on it, and so many people like, I could imagine being in that room and like the ideas, because you could like, hey, we could pretty much come up with anything. What y'all want to do?
Yeah.
So I'm glad Darren was talking about the tongue, because that's my main question. Like, was that?
Yeah.
Like, it looked practical as fuck.
That shit looks so real.
Fuck it.
The games were dope, dude.
That
you know, it's not Jigsaw because it's a copycat or whatnot. Yeah. But it's like, did I just spoil it?
Nah, not really. No. People should have been saw it, hopefully.
Right. Well, I mean, we didn't spoil it anyway.
Because they talked about it. But what I think about what you're saying, like, the fact that in Spiral, it wasn't no long played out games. You got like 5 seconds or 20 seconds to think about it. It's not like, okay, I'm finna sit here and discover what's going on. No, we giving you 2 ultimatums. Okay, do you want to lose your tongue, or do you want to get hit by this goddamn train that's coming in less than a minute? Think about it.
It's so funny in all the Saw, like the games, they all go like, they give you see the setup. It's like some impossible thing, like cut this out of your eye or some shit.
Yeah.
And live if not. And then they always like try not to do it.
Yeah.
And then they realize they're gonna die, so they start doing it, but it's always too late, so they fucking die anyways.
Yeah, it's like you're dead.
It's like it's a formula that never gets old.
You never see someone go, okay.
Yeah, like from the beginning.
Like they see, okay, I got it. Yeah, I'll do this.
Like, I saw my arm off. No problem.
Yeah. You want to see one guy just be a total badass and just be like, fuck it.
Yeah, no shit.
Here's my hand. Hatchet.
Yeah.
Like, what else you got, bitch?
Yeah, that shit was dope. And the fingernail kill. Like the gore was like, yes.
That's what you expect from a Saw movie,
yeah.
man. Like the gore's gonna be dope.
Yes.
They're gonna be creative ways to, kill people.
And a storyline to match too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because like the creative ways to kill people just can't be the movie, and they have these storylines that intertwine so many different characters and ideas. They just do a real good job at it.
And I like the fact that they kept the Jigsaw in there. Like, oh, he's a Jigsaw copycat, blah blah blah. He'll never be like Jigsaw. They still paid homage to that throughout the movie. And all of a sudden, you start getting these deliveries of these different packages. And that just was taking people like mine, like, oh shit, here come another package.
Here come another one.
And the way he was setting up the packages, it's like, oh man, what's in that box now? Is it this? Is it that? Boy had the USB with information on there. Like he was dropping clues. It was badass, man, how they was doing that, man. I really dug that.
So killer movie.
Yeah, yes. Well, that's what the thing about the Saw franchise, that get people who don't understand it, like they think it's just torture porn.
Yeah.
But that's why it even got a reference on like one of the Scream movies. They were talking about, well, it's just stupid ways of killing people, and it gets boring. Like, nah, they're creative. Number one, but number two, when you realize the story, how they're all interwoven, and it's a jigsaw and it's a puzzle piece, but all the story is like crazy how interwoven with the other stories that it is.
Yeah.
There's things going on that you don't know what's happening, and the next movie come out and show. It's like, it's really is like, that's why they call him Jigsaw.
Well, I think this is going to be a whole nother, like they say, another part of I think this is going to be a whole nother avenue of this, you know?
Definitely.
And we're going to see the Spiral 2 and 3 and 4,
I think so. Because it's kind of like, it's, when you watch it, you like, oh shit, like
also,
bring it on.
There's like, the whole, Saw thing, like there's several different like staples of the Saw franchise. You know what I'm saying? You got the fucking, you got Jigsaw, who's the old creepy dude, but he always, when he goes after someone, or someone who's pretending to be him goes after someone, they always wear that pig mask that's really fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But when they tell you about the game, it's always that crazy puppet, so like all those things, it's like it brings a whole little stew of madness in the gumbo up your butt.
A stew of madness in the gumbo up your butt.
It's all about
That's
waffle
the name
cones.
of this episode.
It's all about waffle cones and stewy madness, man.
Butt gumbo.
Call it,
God, that sounds terrible.
we call it bumbo.
Gumbo in the hole.
Jesus Christ.
Shit.
Yeah, so really dope movie. I highly suggest that even if you're just like somebody that just listens to the podcast and you're not that big of a horror head and you just like the podcast,
go check
or
it out.
If you're a huge horror head, I think it's got a lot for both people.
We actually got to take How About Jada, because we're supposed to we got to bring her to the movies, because we've been long overdue since the movie's been closed, but now they're back open. So I think that's where we'll go to and check out Spiral.
How dope was Samuel Jackson in it too?
Oh yeah,
he's always fired, man.
Yeah, always,
man.
Like I was saying, he brings that thing to the scene automatically. He doesn't even try to.
The scene.
Everything's cooler with him in it.
Yeah.
Straight up.
People say that about me.
Like the boss say, you want to go get you a slice?
They say that about me
you
all
hungry?
the time. It's not a big deal. I bring
that
this
about you.
Yeah.
You couldn't even wake up on time.
Yeah, you goddamn hussy.
He called me 45 minutes after I called him.
Whoring around Houston.
You know, you're just slutting around, you and all your devils. You and your devil princesses, you know, you're just giving everybody herpes out here.
Oh, my God. The herpes pandemic has started in Hammond, Louisiana by Kent Trail de Planis.
Yeah, so there I was. Man. I had a German Shepherd named Whiskers.
I really loved it, man. I enjoyed it. Oh, Guts Factors?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Straight up gonna kill him.
Keep us off our phone.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, Chris Rock has a funny ass like intro talking about Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
So dope.
Dope.
Two. Off the rip.
Off the rip.
Off the rip. Yeah.
Dude, start off with a drug heist. So.
Oh no, that's right. It starts off with one of the games.
Yeah.
So
definitely. Yeah.
Right off the jump.
Yeah.
Super bloody, super gory, action packed. Right off the jump.
You can't beat that, man. It's like right into it.
Yeah. Number 3. Creepy / scary vibes.
Yes.
That's one of the main things that they got to do with this universe is the colors and the dreariness and the fucking.
It's start off.
Yeah, it's a flavor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Start off with fireworks. Yeah. It's basically start off with fireworks. So that tells you right there.
Yeah. Number 4, gore and kills. Always stellar.
Always
stellar from the Saw camp.
Yeah, they never let back.
And number 5, the ending.
Yeah.
Always stellar. Always killer.
Yep.
It gets you that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see what y'all doing with this.
So
Bring it.
Yeah.
I give it a. I think I give it a decap.
Oh yeah. Shit, you got to.
Yeah, decap.
Even because we always say you got to give it when they kind of show it in there, and they kind of had a they kind of had a decapitation, and that was like a choice she had to make. So
they don't hold any punches when it comes to these movies.
Back, man.
Jesus Christ! So yeah, I give it a full decapitation. Super fucking really good big budget horror, which is hard to find these days.
Yeah. Yes,
I appreciate it. So like I'm a super huge fan. Of course, we all are in here, but a super huge fan of the Saw. You know, it was crazy how this came up because I had saw that all of them were for free on HBO Max, and I watched like all of them.
Yeah, you went on a good binge watch.
Like a month ago, to kind of refresh, on the series, and it's like this is like totally, because it's in the universe, but it's not a Saw movie. It's not Jigsaw, but it's in the universe.
Yeah. So
it's got that like that sauce and that flavor. But it's Chris Rock, and he's bringing his thing to it. It's like all the Saw movies are like, it's kind of like a gritty crime cop movie with a lot of gore. It hits all those buttons. It's the 9th Saw film.
Wow.
And it's pretty.
And still holds water.
Yeah.
And still kicking
I thought it was a fun time.
They revamped it like you say, to bring them to Samuel and Chris and to see how they come into to another side that they normally wouldn't be in. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun time, man.
That was real dope.
It was what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, like, just a fun time. It's a Saw movie, man. It's just it's entertaining. It's not, you're not trying to like change the world. It's like, it's for fun. It's, hey, let's fuck it up.
And I like the fact that they kept you out. They kept you outside of one area. It's like everybody went in the room getting clues. It's like, we finna set up a scene here. We finna do something here. We about to have a kill here. Perfect. Killed it, man.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Boop. I love Saw movies. Boop.
Yeah. You got a fuckery?
Fuckery. So this week on Fuckery, we're going to revisit an old classic.
Yes, do it.
Dude Bro Party Massacre 3 for the 5th time.
Hell yes.
You can never get fucking tired of Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, okay? You like dudes? Check. You like bros? Check. You like parties? Check. You like massacres? Check. And you like threes? No. Check. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. The butt rump around the woods.
Is that a trauma movie?
No, but it's
It's like a trauma movie?
Yeah.
It's sort of like it.
It's independent, and it's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
I mean, I've seen
you haven't seen
Dude
it.
Bro Massacre
Dude, it's so funny,
1 and
dude.
2, but I
It's
never
so
got
one
to
and
Well,
two.
that's the thing. There is no 1 and 2.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just 3.
Yeah, it's just 3.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
And
awesome.
they're talking about
So
what happened in 1 and 2, but 1 and 2 was never a thing.
That's fucking awesome.
So it's hilarious. Yeah, and it's like
He says he saw
it's
1 and 2.
this dude who goes, he infiltrates a fraternity who he looks exactly like his twin brother who was killed. And he's going to find his brother's murderer in the fraternity.
Whoa.
But he looks exactly like him.
Awesome.
Everyone just thinks it's him.
Jesus.
Can't get no better than that.
Dude, it's hilarious, man.
Wow.
Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. I think it's my favorite fuckery movie of all.
Nice.
It
wins
to me,
fuckery awards.
it's Dude Bro Party Massacre 3 and then Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
right underneath it.
Shout out to Nick Benson too for having Thanksgiving head.
Oh
in
yeah,
his,
he had Thanksgiving 3, which is Thanksgiving 2.
yeah,
The head in the Sinologia Museum,
that's dope.
and he had them wild stallions
Oh,
from Bogus Journey.
man, y'all gotta go.
the
check
real
that out.
ones?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Vegas. 900.
Everything in the places from the movie.
Whoa.
900 Karen Street. in
They had the
Vegas.
whole like Silent Hill
Yeah,
thing with the
Yeah.
triangle head dude,
Really?
bro.
that's badass. Though. He got Jason. He got the script from Freddy. That's like
Yeah, he had the
Really?
yeah, man.
He had the script from Dream Master.
Yeah,
What?
And
Dope.
the robotic thing that showed at the end that's actually really stabbed Robert Englund.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
badass, bro. It was
He
dope.
has the script of That's
has the
fucking
script.
wild,
Yeah.
dude.
Framed.
Yeah, framed in the glass.
Getting a little yellow too.
Yeah, I
What's
know,
that
right?
address?
It's in Vegas. Look up Sinologia.
It's 900, I think East Karen Street or
Yeah,
900 Karen
Karen.
Street.
East Karen Street. How can you forget
Karen
that?
Avenue.
How can you forget Karen Avenue?
Yeah.
Karen Avenue B.
And
Speaking
shout
of,
out to our Russian
speaking of
Lyft driver.
speaking of Karens, you got shoes of the week.
Shoes of the week.
Shoes of the week.
When they erupt like a volcano, me and my partner Zano.
Hey, this is Zano the Vision, the Shoes of the Week. And we on Guts Podcast, you know we like everything spooky. So why not have the Air Force One experimental postal ghost?
Oh.
Yes. After making waves as a breakthrough basketball sneaker, the Air Force One morphs from the hardwood pioneer into a beloved streetwear mainstay. Since its inception in 1982, the Air Force One has donned a full spectrum of materials and colors, and this outside-the-box edition puts a fresh spin on the silhouette with a vacuum-sealed treatment on the upper, creating a uniquely textured finish that you'll want to show off. This thing look like it's wrapped and ready to mail. Look at that.
Oh, it comes like that.
It comes like that, sealed upside down. Got the postal tags on there.
It looks like it's wrapped in postal shit.
They
Getting bored over there.
Yeah, bro.
they are really like
Yeah.
they are really like we gotta come up with
They just
something
took a postal sticker and stuck it on the
and
back
wrapped
of
your shoe up. But you notice they and then they $130 for some lows.
the
So that's
postal ghost.
postal ghost. But what's crazy is the fact that it made it a sneakers app.
Whoa.
So that's letting you know right there.
Would you, if you worked at the post office, would you wear that?
I would wear
hose? Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to rock them. I don't know if I'll rock them like I'll rock them in every house I do. I'll take them off and put my Crocs on.
Oh, we lost our video. Fuck. All right.
How'd you lose your video?
It ran out of room on my phone.
Yeah, well, we'll do the audio. Keep going there,
All right,
fucko.
Yeah. So it's 1:30, and you got to get up early, of course. 9 o'clock in the morning. Get your mom's credit card. Get those last 4 digits out. Make sure you know that code number at the back.
Hell yeah.
And bro, it's crazy because it's been on Sneakers app, so that's automatically mean you're not gonna get them. Bots are finna control this and take it over, and you will be paying up price pretty soon within a week. They come out May 28th at 9 a.m. So I'm thinking that's a Saturday, Friday. I have to look up that date. But it's cool. It's different. It's a cool little wrapped up shoe. If you really like been looking for the mailman, now you're gonna get chased by some dogs because they hate this wrapping. I'm just letting you know right now.
No shit.
Yeah, but it's already creased up for you, so you ain't got to worry about that.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I haven't been rocking Air Force Ones in a while, but they got like code numbers and barcodes and shit on it. Look like it need to be scanned. That's pretty dope, man. It's 130, which is not bad, but for some lows. And yeah, this is Zano's shoes of the week.
Yeah, fucking right.
You don't have one. Conspiracy.
Hey everybody, it's Loki as me with your conspiracy theories and true crimes of the week. And this time I'll take you back to 2001 for the Vampire of Iceland.
Oh.
May 2001, a family of 2 disappears. They're found 3 days later on the edge of town with bite marks on their necks and drained of their blood.
Oh.
By
Bite
June
marks.
of 2001, 9 more victims have been found around the small town in Iceland. Obviously, they had a copycat killer.
Oh.
Yeah. Going through the summer, 9 more bodies were found, and a grand total of 20 victims, all with the same markings on their neck.
Wow.
All drained of their blood, found on different areas on the outskirts of town. They all of the victims were random, so there was no kind of, usually when they have murdered things like this, it's, all women or all single dudes or all a certain race or something. These were all random.
Wow.
So,
Iceland.
coming to the fall of 2001, they kicked down the door of Seth Brocklemich, and Seth Brocklemich had blacked out all his windows. He was sleeping in a coffin. And he was sleeping in a coffin in the middle of the day and admitted to 30 murders, but they only found 20 of the bodies.
Damn.
And he claimed to be a practicing vampire, and he claimed to not be the only one in the area, and there was a whole nest of him that they'll never find, and he is the Vampire of Iceland. That's it.
The Vampire of Iceland.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That's pretty
wild.
dope. Damn, man, that'd be cool.
Some people see those movies and
you
go all in.
Want to go to Iceland one day?
Yeah.
Man, that'd be cool to make a crazy little movie about him, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, right?
Damn.
The Vampire of Iceland.
So found 20.
He comes out, the movie starts. He comes out, black leather stretchy pants. How you doing today? Do you like to have your blood sucked?
You know what I love?
I am Sven. I will suck on it all night long, you fucking bitch.
Got 30
all of a
bodies.
sudden, Van Helsing pulls up. Skirt! He pulls up in a Honda Accord on 22s.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Sven, you fucking bitch. It's time to die, motherfucker.
Conspiracy.
I just want to say that you're doing a real good job on that end of the table over there. I'm telling you, man.
You love that
you
outro,
really
man.
stepped up your game.
You loved it.
I love when those gothy vampire dudes or chicks, like they buy into the life and they paint themselves black and white and all this shit, but they still got to pay a light bill. And they still got to pay their water bill. And they still got bullied in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're classy, man.
I mean, it's got to make them feel like shit when they have to, you're still a vampire, but every now and then you shit your pants,
That sucks.
Dude, I'm a vampire. I feel personally attacked a little bit.
Ooh.
I feel like, hey, I'll be a goddamn vamp if I want to, sucker.
Vamp life. Yeah, so like, subscribe, follow.
Just saying there's a
YouTube,
douchebag hiding
Instagram.
under there somewhere.
And
every vampire.
we got new merch dropping too this week. And we got some new colors coming out this week also.
Coming with it and with it and with it and with
check
it.
us out on gutspodcast.com.
If you ever think to yourself, do they have new merch out? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Stay tuned for a dope interview with
Dope-ass
Darren
interview, man.
and Josh, the writer and director of
Hold on, guys. Hold on one second. We can't hear you.
Lionsgate Films.
Fuck yeah.
Say something?
Guts Podcast.
Saint of the Vision.
Now we can. How's it going?
What's the deal?
What's going on, guys?
Good. How y'all doing?
Tagged spray paint thing behind him.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
That's an amazing.
Yo!
It's the Guts Layer.
I like it.
I appreciate that.
We're the Guts boys.
Did you guys paint that yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. We had on set for Spiral, we had this amazing dude named Snoop. and he was the tagger, and he would go around every outdoor set we had. He'd tag the walls and make shit cool.
Yeah, he was a graffiti artist, and that's, I mean, literally, you would just hand him something and be like, "Hey, can you put that on that wall?" And within like a second, he would have the most insane mural up there that he would just tag with paint. It was awesome.
It's like a dream job for a tagger.
Yeah.
You're allowed to.
It's a good thing about living in Houston. I got a lot of buddies that are graffiti artists, and there's actually the city commissions people too. They have these big electrical boxes, and they actually commission people to decorate the city for it. So graffiti artists actually have legit jobs with the city. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, you could tag it everywhere.
Yeah,
That's great.
Just really quick, talking about tagging, this will bleed into Spiral. There in Toronto, there was a lot of spray paint already on walls that we didn't do, that we were not allowed to use because spray paint is considered artwork and you have to have permission from the artist. And so there was one scene that there was a wide shot, and for us to get permission to show the spray paint, it was like $10,000. And
wow.
Yeah, so the people that spray paint in Toronto own that artwork and can charge if you want to shoot it.
Well,
that's crazy.
That's one of the. I was telling him yesterday. One of the cool things about Spiral is the Spiral icon. It's so, when you see it, it catches your eye before you know what it is. Before you know anything about it. You know, Instagram's so prevalent now. You know, and when it comes to, you got to catch me fast. You know, and right when you see that, you're like, oh God. It's so sinister looking, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, we're stoked to talk to y'all, man. It's nice to meet you, first of all, but we were so stoked when we found out there's going to be a Saw movie with Chris Rock, with Samuel Jackson, with a rap soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it goes to a whole nother
We've been jamming 21 Savage all morning.
And it adds, I mean, I can't wait to see the Spiral universe.
Yeah.
And see what you do, man. It just really, really, really killed the movie. We watched it. I waited to watch it with them last night, and we're horror heads, man. It's what we do. So when you see this going to another universe, you know, and being part of such a big juggernaut, you get excited, but you get worried too, and you killed it. You really did come through, man. Congratulations on a great film.
It really delivered. We were stoked. Well, you know, we are your target audience. You know what I'm saying? So, was this the first time y'all hooked up as writer director?
It was. You know, I directed Saw 2, 3, and 4. He directed Jigsaw. Wrote Jigsaw. And this is the, you know, it was the first time, and but I can honestly say I don't think it's the last time. I think this is the beginning of numerous projects that him and I are going to work on together. Because I think that it's rare in Hollywood to find people just that click and you get each other. And I think Josh and I's sensibilities really match up. So hopefully it's Spiral too. We'll see.
Yeah. I was loving the fact that that Chris Rock got to drop the references to New Jack City and the references to Too Short. And then that blew my mind because I was like, he was watching the Meth Lab. He was like, man, it's like New Jack City. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. How do you write for a guy like Chris Rock? Did you write that, or you just let him go?
There's always a first draft of the script because you need to get it down. But then Chris was really, really collaborative. He really wanted to bring a lot of his own life, his own experiences, his own voice to the character. So, and I mean, what could be better than that as a writer to be able to bring in one of the greatest voices of comedy and social commentary in the world, and let him play in your playground is a dream come true.
Yeah, Chris was very into meta, which I loved. I mean, from his references to New Jack City to the Too Short to The Wire to Forrest Gump. I mean, he was just throwing in all of these great meta things, which I loved.
Well, how do you direct someone like that? Like, are you the, you know, I know every director's got their own thing. Some directors say, do what I say. Some are like, hey, you have a voice. What do you think the character would do? How do you go about directing someone like who's, you know, arguably one of the greatest comedians of our generation for sure?
I agree. On Chris was the most collaborative person I've ever worked with in the way that he would always do what I said. Like if I'd be like, hey, Chris, let's do this. But then he might say to me, you know what, man, let's do that. But then let me try something else. And then he would try something else. And then I would say 75 to 85% of the time, his version was better. And so it was a process of exploration. Like we would just try things. There were some times that we would do scenes where we would shoot an entire scene and then he'd come back the next day and say, you know what, I thought about that scene last night. I can do it better. And he would come back and do it again. And he would just slip in one joke. And I'll give you an example. There was a scene where he had just found out that he was going to get to be the lead on the case of Boz. And he comes into the room and he goes, I know some of you hate me. Some of you can't stand me. And then he keeps going on. Well, he goes, I want to redo that again. That didn't work for me. So he does the same thing again the next day, but he throws in one line. He goes, I know some of you guys hate me. I know some of you can't stand me. Some of you are mad that I fucked your mother. And that one line just to me was so goddamn hilarious. And it made that scene work so much better.
It made it pop.
Yeah, he was like, you think I'm a snitch? You think I'm a rat? And then when he said "fuck your mother," it zoomed to the other officer. He kind of like put the phone down. I'm like, oh yeah, it was his mother.
That to me is what he does so expertly is that he can look at a scene and know what it needs. And he looked at that scene and said, it's too serious. I got to do something else here. And that was working with Chris. And Chris would, we would go in his hotel and Josh, Pete, and I would just talk to him, and he would say, you know what, guys, like the Forrest Gump scene. That was something that he didn't like his character introduction. There was another way that we introduced his character, and he says, you know what? I think we can do something better here. And we just workshopped it. Then the Forrest Gump thing came around. So I think that he's great at just looking at something and figuring out what it needs.
Well, I think that's what makes a seasoned master. Like people like Chris, Samuel L. Jackson, people like that. So when they come on, Chris, he doesn't have to. I was telling him, I was worried because I was like, is it going to be a funny thing? Like, is it going to be a horror comedy? But when you get somebody like that, he just makes it funny because he's
naturally
around. It's like he's seasoned in it. Like Samuel L. Jackson, any scene he's in, it makes the scene cooler. It just makes it funkier. It just makes it more Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
And I think those seasoned professionals, that's the power of them, the people that have just, they know their voice so well,
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson brings a gravitas to everything he does. When he steps on set, it doesn't matter what he's doing. If he's in the scene, it's going to feel heavier, and I love that about him.
Yeah,
and I think they all have that. Marisol Nichols, who is the captain, like
Detective Garza.
Yeah, she's such a different actor than someone like Max Minghella, who's so different than someone like Chris Rock. And I think you get the combination of these characters makes this really dynamic ensemble cast, which I just love.
So I loved, this is what we do, man. We live for these kind of movies. So love the gore. It looked like you used a lot of cool practical effects. Am I right? Not too much CGI.
Yeah, so it's an interesting mix of practical CGI. All the blood, guts, in the majority of the killing, we try to do practically. So we have an amazing effects designer named Francois, and Francois has been with me since Saw 2. So the tongue ripping out, that was all practical. The glass,
that was dope.
The glass in the back was practical. The wax that was falling on our face was practical, but I'll give you where the visual effects were. So the wax falling on our face, we added steam because you can't drop hot wax on someone. So the steam that we added that was CG. The train that actually hit was CG, but the body that exploded was a practical body. So it was a built like mannequin that exploded, but the train hitting him was CG. So we do a blend, but I always want to try to do practically what we can, and then we go to our friends at Switch VFX to do the things we can't do practically. But like the whole scene at the end with how the film ends, all the gunfire and all that's all practical. We had armorers come in. They're using shells that actually come out of their gun. We do
crazy squibs, blood. When we got done with that scene, it was seriously like a crime scene.
How do you come up with that? Like, because the cool thing about anything in the Saw universe is the games. You know, what games is going to be played? Yeah. How do you come up? Like, you got to go to like a freaky place, man. To like, we're going to put this fucking guy's tongue in a thing.
Oh, we're going to skin the next guy into a butcher room.
Everyone is different. It goes through a huge process of like 50 different people. Josh, do you want to kind of go through the process of a trap?
Well, yeah.
I'll make some water.
We never start with the finished trap. There's a little bit of, we're trying to think thematically what we want to do with the trap. So as an example for Boz in the first scene, we knew that he was going to be a person that lied on the stand. So that led us to, all right, well, let's play around with his tongue. But then it's about trying to find, well, what's the coolest way to torture somebody with their tongue? And then we bring in all of these engineers that have been doing this for 15 years with Darren and Mark and Oren and Lionsgate, and that's where the design takes place. And it really is. It's like going to Disneyland, where you're able to just have like, how can we kill somebody? And everybody just throws ideas around until we come up with something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are definitely leading, like, or the gold standard of how to murder somebody like, it's amazing. You guys
1,000 ways to die.
You're setting the bar pretty high for everybody else, man. Bravo.
Yeah.
I tell you who freaks me out is this guy Max. That guy is an actor. The way he turns it on and turns it off is bone chilling. It's so actors freak me out. I don't understand how they do that.
I think Max is one of the most talented actors I've worked with. He grew up on a film set. His father was a very, 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 very well-respected director, and I think he grew up on movie sets. And I think what makes Max so powerful is not only is he an amazing actor, he is also an amazing director. He himself is a director and writer. And so I think he's this triple threat. He walks into a scene and he doesn't just approach it as an actor, he approaches it as a writer as well as a filmmaker. And so I think that you get a really dynamic performance out of him because he's looking at it from all sides of this thing.
Got to make your job a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. 100%. Yeah. We have you look at Chris Rock, and Chris Rock is a filmmaker as well. Chris Rock is a director.
Yeah.
And so, I think it made my job a lot easier because you have everyone in front of the camera that are looking at this from numerous aspects, not just their own character, but the movie as a whole, which was really great.
So, was this whole thing filmed in Toronto? It's a Toronto thing, totally.
So I've done, this is my fourth Saw film. Everyone's been shot in Toronto. Jigsaw was shot, all of them have been shot in Toronto. Every single one of the Saw movies have been, except Saw 1. Saw 1 was shot in Los Angeles, but everything else after that was shot in Toronto. It's got a great tax incentive. And that crew in Toronto has become our family. So they've been making them all with us from the very beginning, almost 15 years now.
Yeah, because
that's nuts.
Yeah, you could tell by the setting that talking about the universe in the same world, and it's such a dynamic thing when you go into one of these movies, you're expecting a certain flavor and a certain. When you sit down in a chair, you expect to be sitting in a certain place. To hit that button over and over again to make sure the person wants to be.
Wrap it up, man. Hey, we were told we need to wrap it up. So thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching it. Thank you for supporting us.
No doubt.
Hopefully, we'll talk again soon on Spiral 2.
Yes,
we would love that.
We would love it.
Thank you so. It was nice to meet you.
You got it, and it's just so much fun to be talking to true horror fans. So thank y'all.
Yeah.
You have our support.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
Have a great one. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Later.
Later.
ATX and Space Viking. Trying to figure shit out. This changed my life